Welcome to the Seeds of Discovery podcast, a space for exploring energy, intuition, and the deeper layers within. We're your hosts, Elaine Riley, Beth Blair, and Amanda McCaskill. Together, we guide conversations around Reiki, spirituality, astrology, and the subtle patterns that shape our lives, not as something to fix, but as something to witness, understand, and work in relationship with. This is a space for exploring your inner world, for noticing your patterns, your energy, and your natural rhythms so you can move through life with more awareness, intention, and alignment as you navigate the transitional pathways unfolding within you. Hello.
Hey, Elaine, there it is.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the nervous laughter.
I can't not do it.
I know. I like it.
Yeah.
So here we are podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona's ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had a lot going on. We just had our last Reiki masterclass of the year.
Where Fiona was my BFF.
Yeah, she was. She cuddled up with you, and it was like the sweetest thing. And I think she actually, because she is Reiki master, she actually participated in the ignition, which was very cool. Like I saw her do a head nod to our students, and I was like, oh my gosh, like look at her do that. Okay. So yeah. She's coming into her own. She's been pushing us to get on the podcast here. So here we are. We were talking about some other things. We were doing some business planning and diving into one of our favorite things, which is pulling cards.
Yes.
So the deck that we're pulling now, let's be truthful, Elaine. You were kind of coveting this deck for
forever, since as long as you've had it.
And then for those of you who can't see, it's called The Shaman's Dream Oracle, and it's by Alberta Villodo and Colette Barron Reed. Mm-hmm. I love the art on the cards, of course, the pictures, but I also like the book and then the meaning and then what shows up. So we sat down and you pulled a card for our business.
Yes.
And then I pulled a card, but 2 popped out.
Yeah, 2 dropped out.
So how do you want to talk about these cards? What shows up for you as far as dropping in? Because a lot of times, that's what happens, right?
Yeah. Well, we didn't know what to podcast about first. We had a topic and then forgot it. Like, I remember talking about what we were going to talk about, and then neither of us could remember.
Okay.
So I'm like, let's pull a card.
Our ADHD was showing.
Yeah, totally. So I'm like, let's pull a card and see if we get inspiration. And then the card that I pulled was Lost Compass, Getting Back to Integrity, which has pretty much been our journey this fall, I would say. Mm-hmm. Coming back around because we kind of got lost over the summer. You moved, we had some health stuff, some family stuff. Yeah. We lost our way a little bit. We even changed the podcast name.
Right.
Because it wasn't in alignment with what we wanted to do in the future. And now we're coming back to that place of integrity and authenticity, I think, for both of us. Yeah. And where we're headed.
You know, I think like giving ourselves a little props here. We had some learning that we wanted to do. We had some integration that we wanted to do, which is part of integrity, right? Yeah. Putting the pieces together. Mm-hmm. As devoted students.
Yeah, because we're eternal students.
As eternal students, we had some learning that we wanted to do. We had some classes that we wanted to take, and we wanted to dive deeper into aspects of our own abilities. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like we took the summer off.
No, not at all, actually.
You know, to be truthful, I think we had some growing pains because we had set a plan and it started to grow, and then it hit a pause too. Mm-hmm. And so from an energetic perspective, from the astrology perspective, there have been some changes going on. And so we've been honoring that a little bit. So I think that plays to the integrity, of the energy.
Yeah.
You know, so you pulled that card and then you handed me the deck. And as happens with us a lot of times, 2 cards fell out.
Yeah.
And so one was dive into a task. Mm-hmm. which is what we were doing today.
Yeah.
And then straddling worlds, wandering between realms, which we kind of do that.
We do that too. Yeah.
We do that too. So how are these integrating for you? Like these 3 cards?
I think it's just bringing us back to what we started talking about recently.
Yeah.
Coming back to that center, coming back to kind of our purpose.
Yeah.
In a different way. The, what was it? The deep diver. That's what we were doing this morning.
Right.
Or like Fiona was like, come on guys, it's podcast time.
Yeah.
But we were too busy talking about the business stuff and where we want it to go and the courses that we want to bring to life. And I feel like the integration part, holding integrity with ourselves and how we teach, has become a big focus for us.
Yes, it has. Because, for the longest time, I really thought that if I learned a subject, say I'll take Reiki because, we teach that I had to teach it the way it was taught to me. And while I appreciate very much my teachers, I had to do a lot of personal work after the fact because of my learning style. And at the time that I took it, I didn't realize that I've had ADHD or that I was neurospicy, neurodivergent. And so I didn't realize that people didn't think like me, or I thought that I wasn't getting it because I don't visualize in my meditations.
Yeah.
So I thought I was missing so much stuff, where bringing our teaching style into it and explaining to people like, hey, you might be like Elaine and you might go journeying off to these expanded places and see things visually. And then you might not. You might be like me in a dark room and stuff just drops into my head and I just know stuff.
And both are totally okay. That's the other thing.
Right. They're totally, and there are other different ways that people experience. And I think that's part of the teaching. And it wasn't that it was, but we realized, that it's really important to help plant the seeds. So seeds of integrity. It's important to plant the seeds and allow someone to take it where they need to take it and develop it. And it's seeds of discovery, but seeds of integrity is what I said. So
I like that. Yeah.
Because you have to develop authentically as yourself.
And everybody has different gifts and everybody has different ways of doing it. And like we're breaking the rules. That's what it feels like.
It does feel like we're breaking the rules. And I think that's part of the problem that we had. I won't say problem, but...
Yeah. Well, because when you look at something like Reiki, it's an ancient tradition that you have reverence for.
Right.
And you're taught that you're supposed to, do these dance steps and, look at Miss Takata.
Yeah, I know.
It was strict.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't teach it that way, but we're honoring our own energy and realizing all the different ways that not just we use Reiki, but that we've seen it blossom things in our students.
That's what the topic was. That's what the topic was.
There you go.
Okay. So we were originally going to talk about where we see Reiki blossoming in our students without naming names. Now, I want to be careful because there are only so many students we've had over the past. So if we say what their profession is, people will know who they are.
Yeah.
But there's a variety of ways that it's not that they're slapping out a shingle providing Reiki sessions, but they're bringing Reiki into the things that they do. Some people are, not working, but they're sharing Reiki in different ways. And some people are still finding out how they're incorporating it into their circle, into their life, into their role, into their family, into their business.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something there in the throat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that was the topic.
Yeah, I think so.
That's funny. And it comes back around.
Yeah.
So let's talk for a minute about the straddling the worlds, because you do a lot of that.
I do. Yeah, I do. And I think my work right now, my integration piece is trying to ground that energy. And see my brain.
Okay, so some of that work, like we're just going to throw it out on the table. Some of that work, you really felt like it was almost, I don't want to say private, but sacred, solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secret almost.
No, that totally tracks.
And then figuring out, like, is this something that you're supposed to do or that we're supposed to do together? And a piece dropped in during our master class. Like, see, this is the thing. You have to follow the energy because and you have to go through the growing pains. Like, if you're committing to doing the spiritual work and following your path, you have to follow your path, right? So we were having some speed bumps because it's like, is this ours? Is this mine? Is this yours? And a piece that dropped in was something that came out in a discussion in the masterclass around human design and astrology, and talking about the not self and how you can use, when you're in someone else's field, an activated center from human design that they have. This happens for us. So that piece came in and it made us look and go, well, gee, maybe we need to be in the same room, even if you're a lead teacher, even if you're talking Akashic record, even if you're talking astrology.
Yeah.
I'm there as support. And it's not you're using my energy, but you're activated simply by me being there because of the energetic relationship.
Right.
That human design shows us how it works.
Yeah.
And like,
it was a light.
I could have had a V8, but
well, we've talked about this before. We're both Capricorns with a Leo midheaven. So it's very independent energy.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it from an astrology point of view.
We're the solo person going it alone, trudging to school both ways, uphill in the snow.
We're not going to ask for help.
We're going to carry all the groceries in one trip.
Yes. Yeah. So that was, I want to say, part of the growing pain, part of the uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
And I did feel like it. I think we both have that where we feel like we have solo parts, which we do.
Right.
But then we realize we're stronger together.
We're stronger together. We're alone together.
Alone together.
Alone together.
Yeah.
I had shared in our Reiki master class about going to that silent retreat, which is funny in and of itself.
Yeah.
That is not me. Years ago, but the sister Macrina Whitaker, explained to me about monastic life, that they live alone together. And that was just so very powerful for me. And it took a long time for it to circle back around, for it to be of use to me, to say, Elaine, we're doing this alone together. We both have our mission. We both have our purpose. And yes, we are stronger walking side by side on the path. And you take the lead or I take the lead, or it's that blended piece.
Yeah.
And it's really powerful. And that's part of the integrity of it. Because we respect each other's strengths.
Yes.
We nurture each other's, I don't want to say weaknesses, because I don't think either of us are weak. Again, that's a Capricorn's thing, but the parts that isn't mine, I support that part in you.
Right.
And then the straddling of the worlds, like my journey into the other worlds is different because mine is more earthy and nature and animals, and you're
who knows where
you're tripping the heavens. And not mocking at all, like in awe of the places you go, right?
But same with the grounded aspect. I'm like, man, if I I had a little bit of that.
Yeah, but if you had a little bit of this, would you be able to reach for as high as you go?
That's true.
And then the part coming back together, which this is a part about vulnerability and maybe the diving deeper in the task, is bringing that back and sharing it to articulate it.
Yes, that's what I have a problem with.
Right. But then for me not to go into fix it mode or research mode or how are we putting this all together,
Right.
where I just need to be the active listener for the words to come out 1st. And then what?
Yeah.
You got to wait for the and then what?
Yeah.
Because don't know what that is until it comes out.
Right. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, that's a big piece because it is 2 worlds. I mean, sometimes it's more than 2, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that also speaks to our class and our teaching style. Between two worlds. We're still working out how we're teaching, what we're teaching, because it's ever evolving.
Well, now, truth be told, every class is different.
Yeah.
And if we were rigid in following the outline, we would miss the opportunity for the teaching that comes forward that is complementary, respectful, and integrated into Reiki. And it also gives opportunity to show people how they can use Reiki in different ways.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened this weekend. And it was magical. Like, I can't describe it any other way.
Yeah.
The things that came through in that class, and I'm getting full body chills, seeing where it took them. Because it wasn't the traditional route.
No, it wasn't. And then it created opportunity for growth and development for us too, because it's added some things to our plate.
Yeah.
Just in the discussion. And some of it's, some of it's shared experience. And then some of it is just self-development pieces.
Yeah.
Beyond the moment that you had with Fiona.
That was magical too.
Yeah. So why do we pull cards? Like, I'm going to bring it back into, we started with 3 cards and we talked about how we used them because we didn't know which way we were going to go, and we pulled the lost compass. I mean, like,
that's fitting.
Yeah. We need some direction. Oh, here, let's go to a lost compass. I mean, the universe has a sense of humor. Yeah. Okay. Because that is part of the work, right? Is being in that beginner's mind, being open to the opportunities that show up, being curious, being willing to go, I don't like, if we sat down and just said, okay, today we're going to talk about these 3 topics and that's it. I think I'd be asleep. I got to be honest with you.
Probably.
That's not how I operate. I just want to off-road and be spontaneous in where the universe wants to take me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just following the energy, and that's kind of our deal. And we've accepted it, I feel like. And that was a long road too.
Yeah.
Because we want, I just think as people and as, I guess, Capricorns, we want to do things in the right way. We want to have structure. We want to have an outline. We want to have the steps. But that's not how we operate best.
Well, I think the mission of Seeds of Discovery is just in its name, is that our purpose is to plant seeds. We may not see how they develop. Someone may stay the course with us, sharing and growing and creating things with us. And then some people may come take a couple classes from us and then go on their way, form their own group, do their own thing, slap out their shingle if they want to be a practitioner, or they incorporate Reiki into their present job, their home environment, their community.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so many ways that Reiki can help. And that idea of sprinkling seeds for me and helping people find that one little thing inside themselves that opens them up to their purpose, it's magical. And to see that, to witness that, to support that, okay, the thing I like to do, to push it a little bit, to challenge it a little bit in a loving way. But like sometimes, you gotta crack the shell a little bit to let that come out.
Yeah.
And
nervous laughter. Yes.
Nervous laughter. I enjoy doing that part. So,
and I've seen it blossom so many things in students. It makes me uncomfortable.
I know. I feel it. I feel it coming up when, and sometimes I try to hold it back. Now, look,
but you don't have to. But that's part of the integrity too. Is me holding integrity. That's your purpose,
right?
And that's one of your superpowers. Even though it makes me uncomfortable because it's not my energy,
right? Well, sometimes it makes me uncomfortable because, okay, so there's this little dance that happens.
Yeah.
It's that the thing drops into my head. It's there. I know it's there. You know it's there.
I can see the look.
I'm going to say it. I don't want to say it. Elaine's going to give me the look. I asked for permission. I still feel a little nervous sometimes because, like, okay, it's not that it's backfired when I've done this. It's that either I've come on too strong or the person chose not to hear the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not my part in the equation is when the information comes in, it has to come out. What you do with it, it's a gift. And it's a hard gift to have.
Yeah. I can imagine when I can see it. I can see it real time when we have classes and stuff like that. When it has, quote unquote, not backfired, like you said, but it's triggering.
It is triggering. Well, it's part of my astrology makeup. Talk to my astrologer, right?
Yeah.
And the Aries. I mean, but it's always intended with love and help. Like my squishy heart that, is buried under this Capricorn exterior is really the desire to help people,
Yeah.
And sometimes that help is, the iron fist in the velvet glove, like, God, that makes me think of my grandmother every time I say that. It's just, she kind of sits on my shoulder. You want the soft hand? Yeah.
Or sometimes you phone a friend. You're
sometimes.
Like, Elaine, can you give this one?
Yeah. Yeah, please. Read my mind. Take my place. You're the nice one.
Quote unquote, yeah. And sometimes I know what it is, but sometimes it's
Yeah. And it's funny because while we're sharing about this, and part of me says, well, this sounds like you're talking in circles. For the people who need to hear that there are people showing up in your life that have messages for you. And if somebody says, do you want to know? My advice to you is say yes. Because if it's divinely intended, their heart is in it. Now, if the person is just giving you their opinion, it's going to come across in a different way.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's taken me a long time because the voice that I hear, so to speak, it's not like I've got 20 voices in my head, okay? The voice that I hear is mine. So, I mean, it's not even like the voice, but it's just a knowing. And I had to discern, is this my opinion or is this something that somebody really needs to know? And sometimes it kind of just gnaws at you, like Fiona gnawing on the bone. It is that thing until it comes out. And once it comes out, it's out. And the weird thing about it, after the conversation is done, I don't necessarily remember what I said to you.
Right.
So that is the
other realm.
The other realm, this straddling the world.
Yeah.
Because I really honestly don't know.
No, it's your form of channeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, that just went like
all
around.
Again, fitting. The Lost Compass.
The Lost Compass. Yeah, I think that's the name of this episode. Follow us. It's like a 3-hour tour that turned into Gilligan's Island or something. But, here we are. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Fee? You coming up? Do you have anything to say? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, so in the next episode, we're going to actually talk about pulling cards. I'm going to say what we're doing next, so it's
Okay.
here.
Good job.
We're going to talk about pulling cards and why we do it and how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you might even come up with a spread. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. All right.
All right. Until next time.
See ya. Thank you for being here with us. Take a moment to notice what resonated, what shifted, what opened, and what might be asking for your attention. This work isn't about having all the answers. It's about learning to witness yourself with curiosity, compassion, and presence as you move through your own transitional pathways. Until next time, stay grounded, stay open, and keep discovering.